Hello guys, it's me Joseph from Kaneki Foundation, and today we'll be going over the problem or35 in Warmup-1 of the Java portion of CodingBat. So as you can see here, we have a problem and we'll be trying to go over it. So let's read it together. Return true if the given non-negative number is a multiple of 3 or a multiple of 5, period. Use the modulo operator. This is the modulo symbol, and you guys can click on the documentation they provide here, but we are going to go over modulos. Anyways, it's a pretty straightforward topic or concept, so I'll be going over it right now. So modulo basically gives you the remainder of a number. So for example, 10 modulus 5. Well, if we do 10 divided by 5, would we get a remainder? If you get any other answer, then no, and then that would be interesting. But no, we won't get a remainder, so the remainder would be 0 for this. Pretty straightforward, right? Now, say we do something like 10 modulus 8. Wow, that's a tricky one, right? Well, 8 goes into 10 one time, and if you divide it, you'll get a remainder of 2. Because as you can see, if we do 10 divided by 8, it goes into there one time, and the remainder would be 2. So that is how we would manually get modulus. So if we do 10 modulus 8, we'll get 2. Alright, let's try another one. We could do something like 14 modulus, let's think about this. We could do 9, yeah. Well, 9 could go into 14 one time, I guess. So the remainder would be 5 for this. It's pretty straightforward. It just returns you the remainder. It's good to keep in mind that there are also certain patterns you can notice with modulus. So basically, if we do something by a modulus 10, this is a pretty common one. If we do 1, 2, 3, 4 modulus 10, we would get the first number, the first digit, one's digit number. And if we do 1, 2, 3, 4 modulus 10, then we would, or modulus 100, we would get the next two numbers, 34. And it keeps on going. We could do 1, 2, 3, 4 modulus 1000, and we would get the three numbers here, 2, 3, 4. And it keeps on going, and you can manipulate it to do certain tasks that require you to do something like this. Well, that is kind of a brief refresher on modulos. It should be pretty straightforward for now. For the sake of this problem, we don't need to go too much in depth about modulus. So basically, for this problem, it asks us to return true if the given non-negative number is a multiple of 3 or multiple of 5. So we could use modulus for this problem to determine if the number they provide with n, integer n, is a multiple of 3 or a multiple of 5. So we can use an if statement for this. We could ask our code, we could say like, if our number, modulus 3, is equal to 0, we're just checking if whatever the number they provide, modulus 3, has no remainder. And if it's equal to 0, there's no remainder because it finds a remainder. If there's no remainder, it will return 0. This is a symbol for or. This would be and, this would be or. We're using or because it says or. Pretty straightforward. Or the number modulus 5 equals to 0, then we're going to return something. And then else we're going to return false in the end. Alright, so it says to return true if the given number is multiple of 3 or multiple of 5. So we're going to put return true. With semicolons, obviously. And if you guys didn't catch it yet, it's pretty straightforward. We just ask if n modulus 3 equals 0, which is asking if it's a multiple of 3, and or n modulus 5 equal to 0, which is saying that if it's a multiple of 5. And if it satisfies any of these conditions, it will return true. Since we're using an OR gate right here, it doesn't matter for it to both be 0 because it's an or. For example, if we do an and, both sides need to equal 0 to return true. But for the sake of this problem, it asks or a multiple of 5. So we are going to return true if any of them are a multiple of 3 or 5. So if we run this, we should get our expected run. Alright, so we could actually look at this and comprehend what's going on here. So we say they put 3 in here. So if n equals 3, alright, let's try that. So 3 divided by 3, that will have 0 as a remainder. And 3 divided by 5 is not going to be pretty, but it doesn't matter since it already satisfied one part of the condition, because of the or, and it's going to return true. Remember, there's many different ways you guys could approach problems like these. If you guys want a possibly different solution, you guys could check out the show solution button. Other than that, if you guys are iffy on the idea or just want to review the concept of modulus, you guys could click on the documentation, which is in blue text. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys learned something new today or just plainly enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Well, happy coding and see you guys next time.